Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jordan if you're new here. Today's video is basically going to be a eye look on the Morphe and James Charles palette. So this is the look that I got from the palette. I liked how everything turned out. So if you're interested in how this palette works, keep on watching. So this is what the palette looks like. It comes in this white box. You see James with his, little campaign picture. That's really cute. It's really cute. And of course he has a little message on the back. So I picked mine up today from Ulta. It launched today in store. So that is what the palette looks like on the outside. Got a little dent right here. Really? Really? Okay. Okay. Everything is nice. So it has that little plastic sheet with the names on it, which I hate. I wish they would just put the names on the palette. And that is what the palette looks like. It's beautiful. So I don't really follow James like that. I mean, I recently followed him after I saw this on social media. But it's a pretty palette. I'm just gonna get started. I have a layer of concealer on my lid because I do have discoloration on my lid. I know he says that it works better with primer, so I'm gonna put some primer on top of it, but my lids are dark, so just so everything is true to color, I put a little bit of concealer, not too much today. I'm gonna go in with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Hopefully this is a good one to use. So James mentioned that with the brighter colors, like the pigments, you wanna press on first and then blend. Ready? And the brush I'm using is a number 27 blending brush from Sephora collection. That is pink. The first color was Skip, and now I'm going in with Love That. I want it a little bit deeper, so I think I'm going to go in with Escape. Okay. There we go. So we got a little bit more depth. I'm going to cut my crease, obviously. I hope you guys know that I'm going to cut my crease. So I'm going to go in with a little bit more of Skip and kind of blend the edges. So can you cut your crease with concealer then? If you were supposed to use an eyeshadow base? Anyway, I'm going to cut it with concealer, so we'll see what happens. I'm not going to put too much. I'm just pressing the concealer in with this synthetic brush just to make sure it's blended. I don't want it to mess with the eyeshadow. Just want y'all to know that it's like after midnight right now when I'm filming this. It's late and I'm just gonna wash my face after I film this video. Alright, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of the eyeshadow base just in case. I'm not trying to mess anything up. Gotta escape to the outer eye. I think I'm gonna go in with Your Kitten, that red. Yes, pretty. Ooh, that is a red. Oh my god. I'm gonna go in with Sister, which is a light pink shimmer. So I brought the Sister into the crease so that it brightens up the cut crease a little bit more. Now I am gonna go back in with Your Kitten. So add a little bit more saturation. So I'm pressing it on. Then I'm gonna go in with Escape to blend that together. And we're pressing it on. I'm gonna go in with Skip and kind of blend Sister and Your Kitten together. little sister again, but I'm gonna wet the brush. I didn't wet it at all the first time, and look how pigmented it was, like really good. And just place it on the highest point of the cut crease. There we go, just to brighten that up a little bit more. So I'm just going in with a little bit of Escape and going over your kitten and Skip, just kind of, I guess, meshing those two together. What is this called? Like a double cut crease? I don't know. I'm just doing something right now. There we go. Yeah, see? It makes a difference, right? Yeah. I'm just gonna apply mascara and lashes, and I'll come back and I'll show you what I do to the bottom. I'm just gonna place a little bit of the eyeshadow primer by my waterline, just so I can smoke out all those shadows. I'm gonna go in with Your Kitten. Okay, I forgot for a second. I was swiping. I was like, what's going on? Press. I'm connecting it to the outer wing. Now I'm gonna go back in with Escape. Place that on the outer corner. Again, crescent motions. And I think I want to add a little bit of 518. That's the orange. Like right here. Just kind of, yes. Right there. Over to my brow. Okay, pretty. Kind of like you're, contouring your nose. I'm kind of bringing it down to the side of the bridge. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, and then I'm going to add some inner corner highlight. So I'm going to go in with that highlight shade in the palette. It's that big highlight. And actually run that on my brow bone. Ooh, that bitch is... Let me relax a little bit. That is bright. I don't ever do shimmer highlights. So now look at me. I got a bright ass shimmer highlight on my brow bone. Well, at least we know it's pigmented. I did not wet the brush. I haven't picked that much up. I was gonna blend that out. Oh my god, that's just so funny. Clearly, I'm having so much fun with this palette because I'm doing a lot right now. Alright, and the name of this shade is Face. I think I want to use that highlight on my face just to see how it looks on my skin tone. So just a little bit because you can see it's very pigmented. Not my favorite, but it's a pretty eyeshadow color. I don't really like icy highlighters. This is icy on me. I mean, it doesn't look bad though. I like that it's not like chunky metallic. It does look slightly wet, but it is more on the icy side. Actually, it's not bad. Okay guys, so this is the finished look. The palette is really pigmented. I definitely used the steps that James recommended in his video. I will link his video down below because his video is very detailed and explain exactly how to use the palette and how everything works. But the palette is very pigmented. Like, the colors definitely showed up pretty well on my skin tone. Again, this is what the palette looks like. Most of the time when you have like a very colorful palette, they don't show up very vibrant on darker skin tone. That's just the truth. They normally come off a little bit more chalky. You'd have to use more of a white base for it, and the fact that they worked so well shows, you know, that the palette is really nice quality. Like, I didn't really even need to use a white base. It worked pretty well with the, you know, little bit of concealer that I used and then the primer on top. It blended very easily. Of course, the pressing motions with the pigment shades are definitely required, because as you can see when I did go in at my bottom lash line doing the swiping motions, it was not as pigmented as it was when you were pressing the color on. So that's the only thing that I would say. That brow bone highlight is bright. It is really bright. I think that's probably the only thing that would probably change about this eye look. But I do like how the eye look turned out. It looks pretty good. But yeah, that brow bone is bright, girl. It's bright. After setting my face with setting spray though, I do like how the highlighter looks on my face. It's definitely more wet looking now instead of, you know, really icy. It looks pretty. Let me just go in with a little bit of swatches on shadows that I didn't use. I'm really intrigued to see how this yellow looks on my skin tone. Oh, that's pretty. Not bad at all. The green. The blue. Those are really nice. They performed really well, so swatches, you know, really don't matter, but they swatch nicely and they perform nicely. I'm just gonna go in with some of the more neutral colors. I like that this palette is neutral and colorful. That one looks like my skin tone. That one is a little chalky. Let me dig into it. I feel like you have to get into that one. It's not really pigmented at the moment, but I'm sure it will show up. I'm not mad at it. And then this one right here. Ooh, wow, that brown is dark. That's pretty. Okay, I'm not mad at the palette at all. Like I said, I will link James' video down below, but I would definitely recommend it. The palette does retail for $39, but you are getting 39 shades, so you're basically paying $1 per shadow. That's not bad at all. I did buy mine at Ulta today in store. I do believe it's still in stock online. I do know that it's sold out on Morphe.com though, so I would say hurry up and try to get it if you want it, because it's probably gonna sell out really fast. I do like how this eye look turned out though. It looks really nice. Very nice. I mean, what more can you say about an eyeshadow palette? It did have slight kickback when I went into some of those pigment shades, but that's expected. If a shadow is pigmented, I do expect it to have kickback. If I'm gonna do an intricate eye look, I normally do my eyes before my complexion anyway, so I don't mind kickback. I don't care about that at all. Again, with the pigments, you're gonna have to do more pressing motions. So it's up to you if you feel like you wanna do that fussing, but I didn't have a problem with it blending. I don't feel like it took me any longer to do my eyeshadow than it normally would. So I do like it. I do like it a lot. I would recommend it. So that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys liked how this eye look turned out, please give my video a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.